The general love for reading is a superpower, and we all know that. It clears our mind, it helps us to learn, there is high correlation with success, it is a key habit of millionaires, and the list goes on and on. But today, we are not here to talk about the benefits of reading, rather we are here to talk about how we can develop the habit of reading so we can enjoy all these benefits. Because we are in an age where means to learning is abundant, however it's the desire to learn which is scarce. My name is Beros and welcome to my channel where we talk about how you can live your best life and be your best version. Now in this video, I won't be sharing with you any fluffy ideas such as develop a goal for reading or join a book club or pick up a routine for reading. Rather, we'll talk about how you can organically develop deep willingness to read and grow in the process, just like all those successful people do who link reading as major part of their success. Tip number 1, only read books that you enjoy. Always remember, reading is supposed to be an enjoyable process. Don't guilt or trick yourself into reading something that you don't enjoy. It is always better to read books that sincerely interest you, rather trying to waste weeks and pushing yourself and forcing yourself through reading something which you don't enjoy and you're reading just because you think you should. If reading really feels like a chore, then you, my friend, are not doing yourself a favor. Making it an actual habit is the most important thing. Hence, it doesn't matter what you're reading. Rather, what is important is that you develop a habit of reading. Eventually, you will read through enough things that will dramatically improve your life. Just like workout, the best workout for you is the one which you are excited about doing every day. Same applies to the books. The best book for you is the one that you are excited about reading all the time. Read what you love until you love reading. You almost have to read what you're reading just because you are into it. There is simply no other reason. There is no mission to be accomplished. You only read because you enjoy it. Also calling out a myth here that many people think that you can only learn through non-fiction books. The truth is that you can learn through almost any book. Some of the best fiction books have amazing stories, and in those amazing stories are great lessons of life, love, money, business, or history. Now tip number 2 is commit to quit books. Here the idea is to be reasonable versus being rational, because reasonable is more realistic and you have a better chance of sticking with the habit, which is what matters most, especially when you're developing a new habit. One of the biggest obstacles to reading books is that we think that we need to read books even if we don't enjoy them. Specifically the idea that if you've started a book, you need to finish it. The idea here is that if you're not enjoying the book that you're reading, then you need to stop reading it immediately. When we enjoy a particular book, our motivation to continue reading the book and finish the book is very strong. However, inverse of this is also true, which we don't consider a lot. That is, if you are not enjoying a particular book that you're reading, then your motivation to read is weak. Life is simply too short for reading books that we don't enjoy or that are not satisfying. And it is also a recipe for not reading much. And why would you read if you're not enjoying at all? So in a nutshell, if you want to build stronger reading habits, start by making a commitment to quit bad books. So tip number 3 is that it is okay to read a book like a blog. It is completely okay to speed read, get the gist of the book. It is far better to move fast than not to move at all. Even if you can learn one thing from reading a book and apply it to your life, you will maximize your return from that book, which many are unable to do. So for instance, in my case, I'll start from the beginning, but if it doesn't grab my attention, I'll start moving faster, I'll start skimming, flipping the pages and speed reading. So I try to find a part which catches my attention. Now let's say in case of non-fiction books, which I read a lot, usually there is one point to be made. And once the author has made that point, he continues to share example after example after example in order to explain the application of that particular point. In those cases, once I feel that I've gotten that point, I've gotten the gist of the book, I feel very comfortable putting the book down. I don't believe in delayed gratification at all when there are so many books out there to be read. The number of books completed is a poor measure. As you know more, you leave more and more books unfinished. So tip number 4 is to think small and act small. Here the idea is to keep your routine, especially when you're building a habit in the initial days, as small, as little as possible. So for instance, in my case, when I was trying to build a habit of reading books, I started with only reading 5 minutes a day and not more. The idea here was that for me, 5 minutes was an unnoticeable commitment of time and hence it wasn't strain on my schedule. For me, I could easily expense those 5 minutes without even noticing that I was putting any effort behind developing this habit. That is what I call making a habit change effortless. Last but not the least, tip number 5 is to make it easy and keep it simple. Here the idea is take and adopt practices which make it extremely simple and easy for you to pick up the habit of reading. Here I have 2 examples. One is make use of audiobooks. I have made a video on this to explain why audiobooks are good for you to develop a reading habit. Here is the link. And second is the use of ebooks and how use of ebooks makes it easy for you to develop the habit of reading. here is the link for that video. Now, thanks for watching this video. In case you like the video, don't shy away from pressing the like button, and also subscribe to the channel so you get notified as soon as I put a new content there. Thanks for watching.